Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Bruce Frisco. It is Tuesday, the 16th of June. This is CTV News. Tonight, contamination concerns. Several counties issue warnings about laced street drugs. A dam demolition. The historic span being torn down to benefit the fish. And kindness and clippers. A Halifax barber trims out time to give free haircuts to those in need.
Live from our Maritime's News Center, this is CTV News. Here is Bruce Frisco.
Good evening. Growing concerns tonight about the prevalence of tainted street drugs in our region. The problem has been well documented in Moncton in recent months, and now several counties in Nova Scotia reporting similar issues. CTV's Jonathan McGuinness has more.
West Hants is now the 5th county in Nova Scotia to receive a warning from the province's health authority. The alert issued Monday indicates crystal meth is suspected to contain xylazine and fentanyl. This follows similar warnings for Lunenburg, Kings, Pictou, and Cumberland counties over the last 2 weeks. That included overdoses connected to laced crack cocaine supplies. Multiple overdoses have been reported in these areas.
We need to look at providing recovery services here for people in Nova Scotia right now. We need to be getting the drugs off the street, and we need to look at the practices that we currently have in place, that have been in place across the country, that I think the public are standing up and speaking up and saying these are not working.
On June 9th, NSH said Cumberland County is seeing an elevated level of drug toxicities related to fentanyl, adding that some people who suffered an overdose required multiple doses or were unresponsive to naloxone. The health authority is urging drug users to not use drugs alone and have naloxone ready in case of an opioid overdose. These warnings come on the heels of hundreds of overdoses in the greater Moncton area. The report indicates the tainted supply in the West Hants overdoses originated in the Halifax Regional Municipality. Jonathan McGuinness, CTV News, Halifax.
Testimony today at that double murder trial in St. John focused on the blood alcohol level of the accused. We want to warn you about some disturbing images in this report from CTV's Nick Moore.
A forensic specialist with the RCMP testified today about blood test results taken from Roman Commissioner on the morning the two boys were killed and a projection of what the blood alcohol content would have been about 2 hours beforehand, around the time police said the two boys were killed. Natalie DeRosier testified that the blood alcohol projection was the equivalent of 2 to 3 bottles of 5% beer. DeRosier also testified that diphenhydramine, the active ingredient found in allergy and sleep aid medications, was also found in Commissioner's blood. DeRosier said that unlike alcohol, it is difficult to determine the amount of diphenhydramine in the body, as there are many more variables in how it is absorbed and processed. When asked by the Crown, DeRosier said it was inconclusive what the exact combined effects of the two substances were, but also added that there would have been an effect on the body's central nervous system. Today's second witness gave testimony about DNA found on Commissioner's clothing and 2 knives. Aubryn McBride, a forensic specialist with the RCMP's National Forensic Laboratory, said DNA from the victims was found on Commissioner's clothing. Roman Commissioner is facing 2 counts of first-degree murder. He has pleaded not guilty to the charges. Nick Moore, CTV News.
A fundraising drive is underway in Nova Scotia for the family of a woman who died in that major fire in Bridgewater last week. The GoFundMe post identifies the victim as 24-year-old Amitaj Kaur, who came from India as an international student back in 2020. The goal of the drive is to raise enough money to have her body returned to her family in India. More than $45,000 has been raised so far. Still no word what caused the fire, which spread to an adjacent building on King Street and wound up destroying both structures. Officials have said first responders were under the impression everyone had safely evacuated the building when they arrived, but they later learned that Kaur was unaccounted for.
Get the Maritime's top stories, breaking news alerts, and watch live. Download the CTV News app.
Nova Scotia's official opposition is urging the Houston government to take advantage of federal dollars to help lower rents and ease traffic congestion in HRM. The party notes the Carney government has pledged tens of billions of dollars over the next decade for housing, along with education and public transit infrastructure. But Nova Scotia is yet to apply for the $366 million it would be entitled to under the Build Communities Strong Fund.
Right now, there are hundreds of millions of dollars on the table from the federal government in new programs to help build affordable housing and better transit across the country. Nova Scotia needs a share of this money to meet these pressing needs, but we have to fight for it.
Along with affordable housing, Gender says the cash could be earmarked for the expansion of rapid transit and ferry service in the city. The fate of Halifax's long-shuttered old Memorial Library remains uncertain tonight. Closed and replaced years ago, the grand old structure on Spring Garden Road was the focus of debate at City Hall today. As CTV's Callum Smith tells us, there is no consensus or clear path forward for the building.
What to do with the old library property has been a years-long debate. It closed 12 years ago, but that question has never been openly presented to the public.
Yes, it's been 14 years, but there is a group of people right now who want to do something with that site. And why would we not entertain an opportunity that would allow them to get into a process?
I've gotten many emails from residents that said visitor center, a museum, housing, the list goes on and on. I haven't heard anything from the private sector.
The library's future is complicated by its 75-year-old age, the provincial laws preventing the site from becoming anything other than a park, garden, or library, and the land being a former burial ground.
Everybody who's looked at this runs away once they get into the particulars because it's really expensive, it's complex, and, to boot, it's sitting on a mass grave.
A review of the building happened 1 year ago describing its poor condition. $7.8 million has been estimated to solely address current deficiencies, but staff say substantially higher figures would be needed to reuse the building.
I'm agnostic on whether the structure stays or not. What I want is a process that actually moves forward. We're in year 10 or 12 now of trying to make a decision about what to do with that site, and it's enough now.
But instead, Council opted today to pause the consultant and demolition plan and seek interest for adaptive reuse options. Callum Smith, CTV News, Halifax.
The future of healthcare might be in your pockets or even on your wrist right now. Health leaders from across the country and beyond were in Halifax today, looking at how digital health, data sharing, and AI are transforming healthcare. Information has become the biggest driver, officials say.
In order to improve the healthcare system and the health of Canadians, it's all based on data. So you really need that fundamental data to better understand the issues and to sort of start to identify the solutions that can help us tackle them.
We're going to have virtual hospitals. Hospital at home, I guess, is another way to do it, where, you will be monitored, but it will be done virtually, digitally, and through wearables on your person.
Nova Scotia, of course, is in the middle of a one-person, one-record system rollout, a massive digital transformation of the health information and record system. People living in a rural area of New Brunswick want to know why a piece of their history is being torn down. The federal government, though, insists the reason is clear. CTV's Derek Haggett explains.
Bit by bit, piece by piece, the Kuchipakwak Dam is being demolished. That's tough for Murray Tweedy to see. His father was born in a stone house steps away, and the retired blueberry farmer has lived in the area most of his life.
Not good. Kuchipakwak is losing a lot of history.
It was built in 1917. Decades later, it became one of NB Power's first hydro dams and provided service to the communities of Rishabukto, Rexton, and St. Louis de Kent. It's not just Murray Tweedy and his wife Diane that are upset the dam is being demolished. I spoke to a few other people today who are also quite sad to see it go.
I mean, it's a part of our community, a lot of memories. It doesn't seem like it was harming the environment.
Well, it's pretty sad because, it's been there for a long, long time, and I can't see anything that it would interfere with.
But Fisheries and Oceans Canada says the demolition is necessary because depending on water conditions, the dam can impede fish passage. DFO says by removing the dam, the river's natural flow will be restored, allowing Atlantic salmon and other species to migrate freely throughout the Koochbakak River. Tweedy is concerned ice from upriver will get caught in the nearby bridge pillars.
That is bound to catch ice and jam and flood as it did prior to 1917.
The Habitat Restoration Project is expected to be completed by the fall. Derek Haggett, CTV News, Koochbakak, New Brunswick.
Turns out the victory party in New York over the Knicks' first NBA title in 50 years extends right into Cape Breton.
Just really thankful I have the organization, the coaching staff, my teammates.
Jalen Brunson was named final MVP, and it turns out he was a student in a communications class taught at Villanova University by Shauna McDonald, who now teaches at CBU.
I don't even have to make anything up. He was a solid student. He was committed to the work and just an all-around nice guy.
McDonald and her partner, Jared Bishop, also crossed paths with Josh Hart and Mikhail Bridges at the school, and they were watching proudly in New Waterford when those men helped win the trophy for New York after all these years. All right, still to come tonight, Kaylin's full forecast, and we'll take a look at the growing number of direct flights from Halifax to European destinations these days. Coming up next, though, a big score.
On Saturday, we had 5 TVs going to here. We also have
if you ever wondered whether the world's biggest sports tournament is having an impact on local bars and restaurants, wonder no more. We'll be right back with details.
The seats may have been empty in the middle of the afternoon, but owners expect it won't stay that way for long.
We're at the beginning of tour.
So it's only been running for a few days, but bars and restaurants in Halifax are delighted with the impact of the World Cup, saying the timing really couldn't be better. CTV's Hafsa Arif explains.
The seats may have been empty in the middle of the afternoon, but owners expect it won't stay that way for long.
We're at the beginning of tourism season, so we're already ramping up for summer, and to have a World Cup, one, hosted in Canada is awesome. But two, to have so many games on all day, every day has been a real boost for business. It's been awesome.
At the Old Triangle, staff are getting ready with decorations, giveaways, and game day specials.
Outside, obviously, Canada games, everyone is packed, and it's quite the scene. But, you know, you get those odds and end games, whether it be like Belgium playing or kind of the smaller countries. You've always got a couple of tables around watching it, and that's been nice.
At Dirty Nelly's, soccer fans have long gathered to watch the game. Now the World Cup is bringing even more through the door.
We actually have, on Saturday, we had 5 TVs going to here. We also have a pull-down screen.
Owners expect more of the same as Canada continues its tournament run.
Traditionally, we all live in Canada, and we know that hockey is the game. But now I think that soccer is Canada and the U.S. are embracing soccer like never before. And there's a lot of hype.
You know, the World Cup, it's a once-in-a-generation thing to have it in Canada, and I encourage everyone to get out and watch a few games. It's been a blast so far.
Now with Sail GP arriving this weekend and planned events across downtown, pub owners are preparing for what could be one of the busiest stretches of summer.
Saturday and Sunday night, we've got a shore party scheduled on the street with entertainment scheduled on the 3 blocks, which are all going to be closed down. We're here to welcome all of the folks from across Canada and indeed across the world that are coming from Sail GP.
Hafsa Arif, CTV News, Halifax.
Thank you, Hafsa. We'll step aside for a quick little break here, but when we return, your complete maritime weather forecast. Stay with us. Kaylin's on deck. Tuesday night, 16th day of June, and much more June-like today than it was yesterday, I would say.
It certainly was for most of the region. We'll give a little special shout out to those in Cape Breton, which were still cooler for today, so not everybody kind of experienced the warm-up. Cape Breton, though, for tomorrow, your temperatures are coming up. Pretty pleasant night around the Maritime region. Just a few clouds left around Cape Breton. Otherwise, a mainly clear sky. Some fog patches developing overnight. Now that we're in behind that weather system that did give us that soggy start to the week. Let's take a look at our timeline for cloud cover and precipitation. So not much of either of those things to show you as we head into the start of the day on Wednesday. First thing in the morning, just be careful about some patchy fog. That should be clearing up fairly quickly as we make our way into the afternoon, which will feature a mostly sunny sky to a fair weather mix of sun and cloud. But for tomorrow, because things are warming up near the surface and we've got a little bit of cooler air sitting above us, the atmosphere is a little bit unstable. And what that means is, as we move from the afternoon into the evening, we could end up seeing a couple of pop-up showers, maybe even a few small thunderstorms. Areas that have a chance of a pop-up shower, low chance in the interior of Nova Scotia, slightly higher chance in the province of New Brunswick, where any given community away from the Bay of Fundy coastline, about a 20 to 30% chance of a shower or small thunderstorm moving through afternoon into evening. That's why we're seeing those little flecks of green show up and little bits of yellow there for that province. So that's where our risk of thunderstorms is mostly going to be for tomorrow in the province of New Brunswick. Lower chance in western Prince Edward Island as well as Cumberland County of Nova Scotia. A little change in the wind direction coming up on Wednesday. Today's winds are mostly out of the northwest. Tomorrow's winds will be out of the south and southwest and sustain 10 to 20 kilometers per hour, maybe a few gusts between 20 and 40. Comfortable sleeping temperatures for tonight. Lows falling into range of 7 to 11 degrees for New Brunswick, down to around 9 for Charlottetown and Summerside. And for Nova Scotia tonight, most of the low temperatures between 9 and 13 degrees. Wednesday for the Maritimes in general is going to be the warmest day of the week because temperatures come down a few degrees on Thursday. So high temperatures for communities in the north of New Brunswick around the mid-20s. Except around 19 to 23 degrees on the coast. 25 for Fredericton for tomorrow, 24 for St. John, 25 degrees for Moncton in the southeast. Prince Edward Island for tomorrow, pretty comfortable June day. Most high temperatures between 21 and 24 degrees, 18 to 21 on parts of the coast. In Cape Breton tomorrow, there's your little bounce back in temperatures with highs coming up between 19 and 24, around 24 for the Bedeque area, 21 for Sydney. Mid-20s for communities on the north shore of Nova Scotia, high teens, low 20s for communities directly on the eastern shore. It'll be 26 for Truro for tomorrow, 24 for the city centers Halifax and Dartmouth, 20 at Lunenburg, but 25 at Bridgewater, 24 at Shelburne, 20 for Yarmouth, and a nice warm day for the Annapolis Valley tomorrow, Kentville, Middleton, with highs near 26 degrees. Taking a look at the extended forecast for New Brunswick. Okay, so there's a lot of shower icons here, but it's not as bad as it looks. First of all, late in the day on Thursday, there will be some showers that return to western parts of the province. That turns over to a bit of a rainy Thursday night. Then about a 40% chance of a shower on Friday, and then a chance of showers in the weekend forecast right now. A little bit higher on Saturday, the chance of showers, then a little bit lower on Sunday. Mix of sun and cloud for Monday, and then chance of showers on Tuesday of next week. For Nova Scotia, in the forecast on Thursday, increasing cloudiness during the day, rain arriving Thursday night, finishes with some showers clearing through on Friday. Chance of showers on the weekend, a little bit higher on Saturday, a little bit of a lower chance on Sunday. Monday, a mix of sun and cloud, but a chance of some rain and some showers Monday night into Tuesday. And for Prince Edward Island, the forecast, we have some rain coming in Thursday night. That'll be finishing in some showers on Friday, but a 60% chance of showers on Saturday, then a 40% chance of showers on Sunday, mix of sun and cloud on Monday, and a chance of showers on Tuesday of next week. Bruce.
Always better than it looks.
Right.
For sure. Yeah. All right, thank you, my friend. We'll step aside for just a quick minute, but stay with us. There is more to come.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
So a good number of Maritimers are flying direct to Europe this summer from Halifax, straight to cities like Paris, London, Barcelona, and others. Not surprisingly, summer traffic to Europe from Halifax is up significantly since this time last year. CTV's Brianne Foley has more.
Direct
flights are coveted by travelers, and now there are more options than ever in the Maritimes.
Between May and October of 2026, we've seen a 40% increase in the seat capacity for service to Europe. So seat capacity represents the number of seats available on aircraft, and it basically is a great way to measure the opportunity to travel.
Direct is really important for a lot of people. They just want one flight, get there, get off, start their vacation. And we have such an increased capacity this year, direct to so many different destinations in Europe. It's really exciting.
Being able to fly to 15 European destinations from Halifax makes traveling the globe more accessible.
With the increased capacity that we have from Halifax and direct service, it's a good time to go.
Whether you're coming home or coming to visit, no doubt about it, nonstop is the path travelers want to take.
This was unbelievable. I just a few months ago was in Ireland and had to take two contacts, and it was just brutal. Long day, whereas this was 5 hours and perfect.
It opens it up for tourism, business, makes it super easy for people to come here and enjoy what Halifax has to offer. So first time for me, looking forward to it.
And makes Halifax a launch pad to the rest of the world. Brianne Foley, CTV News, Halifax.
Thank you, Brianne. Time for one final break. Tonight, coming up, we'll meet a Maritime barber who gives back by offering free cuts to the less fortunate. First, though, your wake-up weather. Here's a live look at Fredericton on this Tuesday night, just before midnight, and 13 degrees right now. Kaylin's wake-up weather is coming up next. Just like that, middle of the week, let's kick off Wednesday morning with a look at the wake-up weather.
Yeah, nice, easy start to the day for Wednesday across the Maritime region. Maybe a little bit of fog to dissipate first thing in the morning, followed by some sunshine. For the afternoon, it remains a mix of sun and cloud around the Maritimes. Temperatures warmer in most cases. Keep in mind that there is a low chance of a pop-up shower, small thunderstorm for a few parts of the Maritimes tomorrow, mostly the province of New Brunswick and also interior areas of Nova Scotia. Bruce.
Thank you, Kaylin. Well, a Halifax barber has carved out some time to give free haircuts to those in need. As CTV's Vanessa Wright shows us tonight, what started as a volunteer opportunity has turned into something much bigger.
Cutting hair is David Aravello's specialty. Once a month, you can find him here, still helping people, giving haircuts to those in need.
A haircut isn't just about hair, it's about, making you feel like yourself again.
It all started when he began volunteering at this Halifax nonprofit. In no time, they created a room where he could give free haircuts. It quickly drew in regulars and new clients and has been going strong for 4 months.
They love it, honestly. They like the support, and they like knowing that their store can get out there, that they have a voice. Because a lot of the times, I find a lot of clients here at Hope Cottage kind of feel like they don't have a voice, or that they're kind of being shut down a little bit.
I would definitely recommend whoever wants to get their hair to look really good, like he did mine. So come on down.
The 22-year-old documents his journey online, balancing life as a nurse and a barber. He's not quite sure what the future holds, but hopes it won't end here.
Honestly, whatever direction it goes, I'm just happy to be here. But I would love for this to grow and to impact more people in the community.
No doubt it will do just that. Vanessa Wright, CTV News, Halifax.
Thank you, Vanessa. That is your late news for this Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. If you joined us a little bit late tonight, or you'd like to take a closer look at any of our stories, you can always visit us online at ctvnewsatlantic.ca. It is, after all, your home for news. I'm Bruce Frisco. Thank you for staying up late with us tonight. Have a good evening. We hope to see you again tomorrow.